Hey, how you doing? So today I've been out on a double explore. This particular video that this intro's for is actually for the second explore. I had to cut it short because I noticed we only had one torch, and if we lost light in this place, you probably spend days and days and days and days wandering around trying to find your way out. I'm not going to give anything away on this location. Those of you that watch this will probably, I know a lot of you will probably know where it is anyway. It was used as a deep level shelter. There's been contradicting dates and information that I found out about the place, but the most consistent date I found was that it was commissioned in about 1937. It was used obviously during the war. It was then recommissioned during the Cold War as a nuclear shelter, and also I believe it was actually legally used for airsoft a few years back, although from what I saw today that's not happened in a while. I'm going to go back when I'm a bit more prepared. This was, like, as I say, this was the second explore of the day, and it was, well, it's in the area, let's go and have a look. And we didn't really want to get lost down there. It's for those of you that have been down there, if you turn your lights out, it's proper pitch dark. Some parts are more than 20 meters underground, and it's true darkness. So yeah, I don't normally say this, but if you like this sort of thing, if you like these videos, if you like urban exploration, please subscribe, because we've got loads more of these trips planned. Anyway, watch the video and enjoy. So upon entering the tunnels, the first construction was obviously brick, as you can see here, that had been built within the excavations itself. As we started to make our way down the tunnel, we first came across two rooms on the right. As best I can tell, these were actually used for food storage areas. This being one. And as we make our way down the tunnel, this being the second one. So this wall immediately in front of us here with the graffiti on was actually a blast wall. The purposes of this were so that if there was some sort of impact near the entrance, the shockwave would make its way down the tunnel and it would be deflected, obviously using that blast wall rather than penetrate deeper into the tunnel where people would be sheltering. This is actually really big. I'm amazed there's no one else down here. Well, there might be, you never know. There's loads of little nooks and crannies.
Take a picture down there without that.
Yeah,
you put the torch down.
So this area that we're now coming into, I believe, was used as the female ablutions. I believe there were probably showers here, certainly toilet area, which obviously speaks for itself. Fucking hell. The fuck is this place? This looks like it was like showers or ablutions or something. Because there's drains in each floor, look. I'm convinced these were toilets. You'll notice from this point on that the shelter's construction is completely different. It's now actually just the chiselled out walls of the passageways themselves, and at this point there is obviously corrugated metal forming the ceilings. A little bit further on, even the corrugated ceilings are not in place, and in fact there's like netting to stop any debris falling on the people below. It was around this point in the explore that we decided that we shouldn't really go too much deeper. The torchlight that I'm using is in fact the only torch that we had, and the lights on our phones were draining quickly. This was actually recorded on my phone, and I was down to under 20% battery, so we decided that if we were to actually run out of battery here and our torch failed, trying to find our way out would have been an absolute nightmare. You really could walk around for hours and hours and hours. Because it's underground, it really is true darkness. It's pitch black. You cannot see literally anything. At this point as well, if you look up, when the camera actually pans up, you'll see that there's the caging and netting to stop any debris falling down as the construction again changes. As we come to the end of this passageway, I'm led to believe, from maps I've seen, that we're over 300 metres in to the shelter, and with more than 25 to 30 metres of ground between the roof of this shelter and the surface. So this area here, I believe, was used as a canteen area, and obviously used for serving meals. I think that heads down to where we've just come from. I think it splits into three. There's a middle tunnel, which we're now stood in, the tunnel we went down, and a tunnel on the right as well. That's the feeling I'm getting anyway, because look, there's also that way as well. We came that way, and this is the other way around this wall. Light or not? Yeah, here's that like Christmas tree thing on the wall there.
Yeah, because we went down that way.
Yeah. Yeah, we came from up here. I tell you what, you'd need to be careful down there, because if you could easily, without a light, you'd be fucked. You could just go around in circles.